Hello and welcome back to another video. Anime Dion here, and we are doing part 3 of What If Izuku Midorya Had Nin. Okay, this is part 3, right? Or 4? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 3. So, yeah. Okay, so we left off with Izuku right at the end of the sports festival arc. Nobody was hurt. Nobody was really hurt. Izuku just couldn't use his nin for about 10 minutes. As I said in my last video, his limit to using his Ultra Robot, which contains all his nin abilities together, makes him lose his nin for 10 minutes straight. And in a way, that's way too short. He has one for all, so you have to understand. Alright, so Izuku is now heading home. But right away, he gets his acceptance letter right away, like the next day. Getting first place on the exam with a score of 130. Izuku says, dang, I must have not tried my hardest. I'm pretty sure I could have done better. He got a suit, and yeah. So it's about a week later, he meets up with All Might. Between that meet every once in a while. He tells All Might about how he won, yada yada yada. And yes, Izuku can only use 10% of one for all. Alright, so next day comes and it's finally time for school. So now it's time for school. Izuku makes it to school, but he uses his bird with his specialty nin. Specialization nin or specialty, whatever. And pretty much it carries him all the way to school. Everybody's seen this giant hawk just carrying Izuku. He can also make this like pelican. So he can just sit there if he doesn't feel like hanging. So yeah, he can sit in the pelican's mouth. But he decided to look cool and use the hawk. So he makes it to school and he gets in class. Right when he walks in, he sees this beautiful girl named Momo. Black hair and a nice face. He looks at her and he blinks and then all is open. But then he just goes back to his normal cool looking look and sits down. Nobody's really talking to each other as they're not surprised. They look at Izuku, though, with a surprised look like, that's the kid that scored first on the exam. By a shot. And then Bakugo tries to get up, and then Aizawa says, good. Not a very loud class, but I still have to shape you up. Let's go down to the training area right now. They make it down. Everybody's in their suits, in their training suits. Then this brown-haired girl named Uraraka raises her hand and says, aren't we supposed to be going to the orientation? Aizawa then says, there's no time for orientations as a hero. We save people, and that's what we do. We don't do orientations. Everybody's like, yes, sir. Yes, sensei. So then he explains everything about all of that. He explains what they're gonna do. And he says, for the ball throw, Izuku, you're going to be doing it after everything since you got first place. I see you're very, very, very talented. You know, like how you have that pipe on the back. What is it for? Izuku says, it helps me with part of my quirk. So it says, okay. So yeah, they do the ball throw. The rest of the students, not Izuku. They do pretty good. Everybody gets the same exact score. Uraraka hitting infinity, of course. But on all the speed exams and all that, Izuku's actually doing really good. But for speed, he does not get first place. Who gets first place is Ida, with a whopping 3 seconds, as Izuku gets 4. With his enhancement nin, he pretty much powered up his legs as much as he can and did that. Adding a little lightning with his transmutation nin that he had just learned how to do. He's very surprised that he can do this. Not surprised. And he's just pretty happy. Alright, so yeah. After that, Izuku pretty much gets first on almost everything else. And yeah. He does get first on long jump. Yeah, he gets first on pretty much everything else. Now it's on even the side, but except for the side jumps. In the gripping test, Izuku goes crazy with that. Using an enhancement then to enhance his hand and gripping so hard that he even breaks the machine. Everybody's just shocked. Now it's time for Izuku to do the bathroom. Izuku then asks Aizawa if he's able to use his pipe on his back. And then Aizawa says, as long as you're in the circle, you're fine. Izuku says, let's do this. He grabs his pipe and he enhances with so much enhancement in that it's like the pipe isn't even really like seeable. It's just like, you know how Gon was? Like, you know when he was like fighting Pito and like giant ball? He did that with his around the tip of his pipe, and he threw the ball up and blasted that. I'm getting a whopping 17,882. Yep, 17,882. The second farthest out of everybody else in the exam. 17,882 meters. Everybody's just shocked by the pure strength. But Rock is like, I got infinity. Yeah, Rock is not as cool as she is in the original. But yes, she is actually. Never mind. She's not like that. She's still cool. I like Rocket, just to let you know. But this is, for those of you who haven't seen my originals, my last two, or last three, whatever. This is a Deku Momo. Because, just because. Momo is just like, wow. Because, she thinks Izuku's handsome. She's like, oh my god. He's handsome and strong. I'm sorry, guys. I have to do this. Oh, my God. Okay, yeah. Let me get serious. So, yeah. They do that. I forgot to play my intro, huh? Whatever. I'll just do the outro, I guess. So, yeah. As they go in, as they finish that up, Aizawa did not cancel out anybody for last place because nobody was making a joke out of it. Let's say the students are more respectful. So they go in, and pretty much they do the rest of the week as normal. And then a week later, from that day, All Might comes in, running in as a normal person in his All Might form. Nobody else knows about his small Might form except for Izuku, Midorya, and the teachers at the school. So they see this. So they see All Might running in, and All Might says, well, here, go and grab your hero suits. So for those of you who haven't seen the cover of the My Hero Academia movie, that's going to be his suit. That's going to be his suit for the My Hero Academia. That's going to be his, his actual hero suit. It's going to be the original My Hero Academia. It's going to be that. And what he does with his pipe, he makes it painted black. And he paints it black, and all the cracks and lines in it, he makes them glowing green. It's pretty dope. And yes, it's a whole nother pipe, of course. So then he throws away his old pipe, thinking he doesn't know. It's not special at all. It's for those of you who think about it. So yeah. So yeah, then after that, what they do next is they pretty much everybody gets dressed. Everybody has the same exact suit, and everybody is loving Izuku's suit. For those of you who haven't seen Izuku's movie, alright, look up the Three Musketeers My Hero Academia, and you'll see what Izuku's suit looks like. Kind of, it's basically that. It's exactly that, and the pipe is kind of like that design too. So dope. Everybody thinks Izuku's suit is cool, and Momo's just eyes gloss and with hearts and stuff. So then All Might says, okay, let's pick your teams. Izuku and Momo versus, Izuku Midorya and Momo Yaoyorozu versus Shoto Todoroki and Tenya Ida and Katsuki Bakugo. Tenya Ida and Katsuki Bakugo as the villains team, and Izuku Midorya and Momo Yaoyorozu as the hero team. Izuku in his mind is like, oh, sweet, I got teamed up with a very cute girl in our class. The cutest girl in our class. Most interesting, in fact. And Momo is pretty happy in her mind that she got paired up with Izuku. But she's not like no Sakura. She's gonna try her hardest no matter what. But she's not gonna hide her feelings. But she's not gonna say nothing yet because she's still not unsure about her feelings because they just met about 2 weeks or a week ago. So yeah. My bad. So then Yaoyorozu, she comes out pretty much. Well, Yajiroze and Izuku walk in, and as they get 5-10 minutes to plan, Izuku then says, "Hey Yajiroze, what's your quirk?" Yajiroze said, "Anything I know how to make in my mind, I can create. And luckily I was born very smart, so yes, I know many things to create." Izuku says, "Can you make a drone, like a tiny one?" She says, "Yeah. Well, I watched a YouTube video on it. Whatever. Let's just say there's YouTube. I don't care." So Izuku's like, "Can you please do that? I'll infuse it with my nin, so I'll put it in with one of my powers, with my aura manipulation, so I can control where it goes." Yajiroze asks, "Well, what is your quirk exactly?" "It's aura manipulation. I can do many things with my aura. Want to see some of my aura?" And Izuku just powers up his aura, making it green. It's like straight up green. And it's like really, really big. And it's not even him full power. Like, you remember in Hunter x Hunter, if you guys haven't seen, there's this dude in the Phantom Troop who's an emitter, right? And he fought Kurapika. Of course, he died, though, because Kurapika the GOAT. And Kurapika, like, this dude was, like, really, really strong. It's, like, that big, and it's not even Izuku at his full effort. Like, no one for all powered up. And then he powers up one fall, making the aura twice the size of what it was before. Still not his full power. Yajiroze said, "Whoa, what a strong quirk." Then Izuku says, "Well, I think yours is pretty cool also. That ability is very worthwhile." Yajiroze smiles and says, "Well, we should start getting to the plan." They get to the plan, and Momo makes her drone. And then All Might says, "Start." Izuku shoots one of his needles from his mouth right into the drone. Right into the one, like, straight through the drone, like inside the drone. Now, Momo can see the aura around it, thinking it's crazy. But it's so tiny that you can barely see it, but she can see it because it's right by her face. She's not even using the controls because she doesn't need to. So Izuku goes in. And he pretty much he makes his boomerangs. So he pretty much throws it, and it kind of goes, and Bakugo tries to touch it, but then he remembers, "Oh, I'm not touching this. This is Izuku's ability." He dodges it real quick, and it turns back, and it almost hits him again, but he blows it like the arrow right by it, causing it to move to the side. And then it shifts and it hits the ground, but then it just disappears out of aura, because it made out of aura. Izuku says, "Dang it, I almost got him. Momo, find a way up. Take the shortcut. I'll go the long way so I can fight Katsuki." Momo said, "Yes, we can do this." She goes, and Izuku goes and fights Katsuki. Katsuki tries to blow up Izuku, and he says, "Izuku, I've trained even more. You don't know my strength as much as you don't know my strength now." Izuku says, "Probably doesn't pair up to me." Then Izuku tries to punch Bakugo, right? So knocking him out with like a strong enhancement. And Bakugo blows his hand up. Like, not up, but like blows his hand back. And Izuku says, "What? You've really gotten stronger." I'm sorry, if you guys can hear anything outside, just ignore it. Then Izuku says, "I guess I have to get serious." He grabs his pipe off his back, and he starts spinning it around, kind of like Sabo. And he says, "Let's do this, Bakugo." And they're like really out here clashing. Like, they're out here clashing. And then Katsuki and Izuku are pretty tired. And then Katsuki says, "This is not even my strongest attack, but I'll show you it." Then he grabs his his grenade things on his arm, and he pulls it back, almost making a huge construction. But Izuku got hit with it pretty hard, blocking most of it so he doesn't die or get very injured. He blocks most of it with his ice wall, with his transmutation. And he says, "Whoa, that attack was crazy, and it's still not your strongest?" Katsuki says, "Definitely not." And they go in an all-out battle. And then Izuku, right off the bat, makes his thing. He's like, "I'm sorry, Katsuki, I have to get away." And throws his boomerang right at Katsuki's neck, knocking Katsuki out. He ties Katsuki in his tape, and boom. That's it. Katsuki's still. But then Katsuki wakes up right away. Because, Izuku released it, since there's no point in having him knocked out for a long time. If he's caught in the tape, he's not supposed to move at all. Like, that means he's basically out. Then Momo with the comms over, talking to Izuku. He says, Momo, I'm up here, but Tenya Ida won't let me pass by. I think I need your help. Izuku says, alright, bet. He says, alright, I'm coming up. Izuku then runs up as fast as he can and creates his two boomerangs, and he throws them at Tenya. Tenya dodges them with his speed and tries to land a kick on Izuku with his reciprocal burst. Then Izuku catches it with his arm, pushes him away. He then grabs his his pipe on his back, and smacks Ida to the side. As Momo's jumping towards Ida, comes and almost kicks Momo. Then Izuku was like, he moves so fast, he says, don't kick her. Then Momo was surprised, he's like, oh, thank you, Izuku. And then she grabs the bomb. And All Might says, the winners, the heroes. Then they go back, and then All Might congratulates all of them, saying that they all did good. And Katsuki is not even mad. He says, in his mind, he says, Izuku, you may still be better than me, but I'll get better than you one day. No matter what. Then Izuku says, what's wrong with that face you're making, Katsuki? Seem kind of weird. Katsuki says, nah, just thinking about how I'm going to surpass you one day. Izuku says, keep dreaming, kid. But during that fight with Bakugo, Izuku was actually using almost full potential. It's just that Izuku, he was using his full potential. It's just that, like, he was even using his boomerangs at the time, but Izuku had figured out how to get it, and he hit him in the neck, of course, to knock Bakugo out. So yeah. Then Izuku trying to play with him, he grabs one of his, he puts him, like, he throws an needle right into Bakugo's face and making it look like All Might. And Bakugo's like, I'm not All Might. Come on, Izuku. Stop this. Stop. Izuku's like, fine. And he releases the aura. The nin, pretty much. Everybody's like, wow, what? He can do that too? And he's like, I can pretty much do anything with my aura manipulation. Well, not anything, but, lots of things. Alright, I think this is where I'm going to end the video. So I need you to hit the like button, hit that notification bell, hit that subscribe button so you can be updated on my daily uploads. So yeah, play my outro, I guess. Oh yeah, link in the description for my friend who made my intro and outro. I'm sorry I didn't put my intro today. I wasn't very much paying attention. Hope you liked this video. Please hit that like button. Please share this video with your friends, and peace out. Play my intro.